The gateway to the Great Smoky Mountains is the site of one of the most anticipated clashes of the first half of the USL League One season. It's been all systems go for first-year side Fort Wayne Football Club, and today they're set for a clash with another red-hot squad, the reigning champions, one Knoxville SC. It's Fort Wayne FC, one Knoxville for the first time ever. Tonight's match is brought to you by KUB Fiber. Stream faster with fiber. Hi everybody, John Gross with you on this Wednesday evening, taking a look at the recent run of form for these two teams, and it's tough to find anybody better than one Knoxville and Fort Wayne as of late. One Knox unbeaten in 5 straight matches. They've won 4 straight matches. Meanwhile, Fort Wayne 11 consecutive without a loss. They're one away from tying 2019 Lansing Ignite for the longest unbeaten run in an inaugural season in league history. So a chance at history tonight for the visitors. One Knoxville on the heels of a 2-1 league win back on July 2nd. That was the last league match, of course playing a USL Cup match since then as well. But it was a come-from-behind result. Fell behind 1-0 against AC Boise, able to equalize right there. And then it was Teddy Baker who was able to put home the game-winning goal. What a hit this was from Baker, who has really found his stride as of late. And speaking of Teddy Baker, he is our player to watch for this one for one Knoxville. 2 goals and an assist in his last 2 matches. He's been sensational this season. 2 goals, 3 assists overall, but he's 3rd in USL League One in chances created. The first-year one Knoxville player has been instrumental to this team finding success here in 2026. It's only year 1 for Fort Wayne FC, but man, have they looked really, really good. Again, unbeaten in 11 straight league matches. Most recently, a 3-0 thrashing against Spokane Velocity. Arguably the best performance of the season for this Fort Wayne FC side. The 3 goals really stands out. The XG just south of 4 is tremendous, 6 shots on target, but they also prevented Spokane Velocity from even attempting a shot on goal in that match. And one of the reasons why they have had such a successful season, the play of the first-year pro, Tage Healy. Currently 1 goal back of the Golden Boot leader in Luis Alvarez of Charlotte Independence. Healy has scored in back-to-back matches and in 3 of his last 4. He's been sensational this season. His 8 goals, actually more goals than he had in any season of his college career at New Hampshire or at NC State. Should be a fun one tonight. 2 red-hot teams getting set to duke it out for the first time ever. Fort Wayne FC, one Knoxville, lineups and kickoff when we get back.
Tired of dealing with the same drain problems again and again? Zoom Drain Bio helps stop backups before they start. This safe, natural probiotic treatment breaks down grease and waste. No harsh chemicals, no pipe damage, just cleaner drains and fewer surprises. With regular use, Zoom Drain Bio keeps your system flowing and extends the life of your Zoom Drain service. Zoom Drain Bio, a greener way to protect your pipes, your budget, and the planet.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations.
You're gonna be great.
It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
It was definitely worth the wait.
I jumped on it as soon as it was available.
Everybody's switching. I see the signs popping up all over the neighborhood.
Rock solid, super fast speeds down and up.
It's a huge upgrade.
Cost is always consistent.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I still got it, and I still love it.
If it's in your area, you better get it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you get it then.
Tonight's match is brought to you by KUB Fiber. Stream faster with fiber. Oh, what a clash this will be. 2 red-hot sides. Fort Wayne FC unbeaten in 11 straight. One Knoxville unbeaten in 5 in a row. The defending champions trying to defend their home turf. A look at the starting 11 for head coach Ian Fuller. These lineups brought to you by the fastest internet in the world, KUB Fiber. And just 2 changes from last league match. Riel Gill and Scott McLeod in the starting 11 today. We have to dive into the goalkeeping play for them. Johan Garibay has been tremendous. Leads the league in clean sheets, second in goals against average, third in save percentage, playing behind a back line that is anchored by Jordan Skelton. And of course, it's Denis Kurchenkov atop the formation. 6 goals on the campaign. Meanwhile, Mike Avery's Fort Wayne FC side looks as follows. A club that is in its inaugural season in USL League One. Bernd Shipman, just like Johan Garibay, has been one of the premier keepers in the league this season. He leads the league in goals against average and is tied with Garibay with 6 clean sheets on the season. The anchor of the back line, Diego Diaz, who was the club's first pro signing, a fan favorite who spent 3 years with Fort Wayne at the USL 2 level. And then atop the formation, we talked about Healy in the open, but let's not sleep on Lilian Ricol. The French striker is so pacey, really able to get in behind that back line if there is any room for him to work with. 6 goals and an assist this season, including a penalty kick goal in the 3-0 win against Spokane Velocity. Nine, 2-3, won Knoxville, trying to extend this unbeaten run, and with a win would sit all alone atop the USL League One table. One Knox currently tied for second place. A draw would pit them level with Union Omaha for top of the table. Meanwhile, Fort Wayne FC entering today, tied for 5th in the league. A win today would jump them into that 4th spot. And for reference, the best finish for an expansion club in league history was Naples last year. They finished in 4th. First ever first-year club to host a playoff match. Fort Wayne looking to do the same. Still a lot of season left to play for these two squads, but at least through July 15th, Fort Wayne won Knoxville. 2 sides with their eyes on the prize this season, and they both have a very real shot of attaining that title at the end of the campaign. And we are underway, the first ever meeting between One Knoxville and Fort Wayne FC on this Wednesday evening. And right away, Denis Kurchenkov is down. Just seconds into the match, practically after the opening kick, Denis Kurchenkov in some pain. Okay, let's see what happens. Watch Kurchenkov. Ooh. He knocks down Javier Harmas, who then, as he's going down, gives him a boot to the back. Kurchenkov remains down. Kurchenkov gave him that initial shoulder, and then Javier Harmas responded with the boot to the back. And I'm curious to see what card they pull. It's a red card, a straight red, just a minute into the match. Wow. A straight red, and Fort Wayne will have to play the entirety of this match down a man. Denis Kurchenkov is shown yellow. Corbin May wasting no time. And here's one more look. Okay, so C9 in blue, he knocks over Javier Harmas, and that is, yeah, that's the right call. That should absolutely be a red card. So one of the key cogs in this midfield for Fort Wayne has been sent off in the opening moments of this match. The team leader in chances created. He is such a talented ball winner. And for the rest of this match, Fort Wayne will be down a man. That is one of the fastest red cards I've ever seen. Denis Kurchenkov hobbles back out there after being tended to. Just seconds into this match, Javier Jarmas shown a red card. In a match that had so much hype living up to it. Mike Avery said this would be the most challenging match for his team this season, most challenging match to prepare for. They're great at home, speaking of one Knoxville. Now throw that game plan completely out the window because you are down a man for the rest of this one. I cannot think of a red card that I've seen earlier in a match than that. I mean, the actual impact of that foul occurred about maybe 10 seconds into this one. We get right back to it. In case you are just joining us, tuning in a little bit late, no, your eyes are not deceiving you. No, that is not a mistake on the graphic. Fort Wayne down a man. Javier Jarmas shown straight red for cleaning Denis Kurchenkov in the back. As it's sent out by Jeremy Garay. First ever meeting between these two clubs. When Knoxville 2-0-2 this season against expansion sides. And here's a surge from Fort Wayne, though it is disposed of well by Scott McLeod, getting the start today alongside Jordan Skelton with the center back pairing. First start of the season for Scott McLeod, the former Jamaican youth international. One Knoxville unbeaten in 5 straight, 4-0-1 in that span. Wins over Greenville Triumph, New York Cosmos, Spokane Velocity, and AC Boise. A result today would be the longest unbeaten run of the season for the home side. Here's Lilian Ricol. Michael Rempel, the only change in the starting 11 from last match for Fort Wayne is the return of Rempel to the 11. Here's Jack Thomas into space. Thomas rolls it wide. And a goal kick coming for Johan Garibay. Well, it is a promising moment to be down a man and still at least have a window to shoot with. And I don't expect this to be a very high-scoring affair, at least entering now with Fort Wayne down a man. That may change, but two elite defensive squads tied for the fewest goals conceded in the league. 0.86. Ian Fuller leading the way once again. A defensive-minded squad, just like last season's squad that did the double, winning the Players' Shield and the league title. But one Knoxville also capable of scoring at a consistent clip, 2 goals per match this season, which is good for 3rd in the league. There's Jack Thomas. Thomas leaves it wide. Bit of space to work with here. Gafar. And away by Cristiao. Gafar. He's cross blocked and heads out for a corner kick for Fort Wayne. So the autumn gold and black down a man, but running a corner. Squad that is on the precipice of history. A win or draw today would match 2019 Lansing Ignite for the longest unbeaten run in an inaugural season in league history. And while it's Fort Wayne's inaugural season in League One, this is a club that's been around for some time. Spent the last 5 years in USL 2, very successful at the USL 2 level under Mike Avery, who is the only head coach in club history. Corner kick on the way. First corner of the match for either squad. It's an in-swinging ball that was headed towards Diaz. Throwing it away for Fort Wayne, who is trying to extend this unbeaten run. A team that last played against Detroit City in a 2-1 USL Cup loss. Last league match was that 3-0 thrashing against Spokane Velocity. And you look at this unbeaten run, Mike Avery said it's the hallmark of this group is that they just work so hard. Doesn't matter who's out there, doesn't matter what the scoreline is, they just compete. And they really try to stay in the moment, and they will have to show off that collective work rate today. Playing down a man for practically the entirety of this match. And a goal kick on the way for Johan Garibay. There's Mike Avery, the only head coach in club history. Oversaw that transition from USL 2 to League One. Had a boatload of success at the USL 2 level, winning 3 division titles. That's lifted ahead. Going for one Knoxville. Last played over the weekend, a 1-1 draw against Corpus Christi, which saw one Knoxville claim the additional point in the shootout in their final Prince Tires USL Cup match. Both of these teams out of contention for the quarterfinals. Draw for the quarterfinals was earlier this week. And it was Nico Rosamilia returning from injury, scoring the equalizer in stoppage time, and then he ended up hitting the game-sealing penalty kick in his first appearance since June 10th. In case you're just joining us, Javier Harmas shown red in the opening minute of this match. Kyle Johnston wasting no time to issue that card. Denis Kurchenkov was also given a yellow card. That red card, just the second red card of the season committed by Fort Wayne. As it's rolled into the area, and Bernd Shipman is there. And Shipman has put together yet another stellar season in goal. One of the top keepers in this league. Leads the league in goals against average, 4th in save percentage, tied with Johan Garibay for clean sheets as Baker pings it ahead. Back heel, back for Teddy Baker. And he's knocked out of possession. 2 players down here. Ricol leads the way for Fort Wayne. Leon Ricol, the Parisian. Back for Ricol. Unable to combine as McLeod skies it out for a throw. And we'll have a stoppage as those 2 players are checked on. Fort Wayne back line has been stellar all season. We'll take a look at what happened and why Diaz is down. Mike Avery looks on. Longtime college coach before taking the reins with Fort Wayne FC. Head coach at Valparaiso, as an assistant at Louisville And Notre Dame, one of the most notable names in the state of Indiana when it comes to soccer. Earlier this year was inducted into the Indiana Sports Hall of Fame. James Musa still being tended to. Musa, a veteran, over 300 professional appearances, including 7 MLS appearances. Spent the last 2 years with Indy 11 of USL Championship. He's getting that left ankle, lower left leg worked on. Musa does have a few international appearances as well with New Zealand, 3 caps for them. And a team that overall is fairly young. A lot of guys in their first year as a professional. James Musa provides that veteran presence as he will hobble off the pitch, and we send James our best. We're talking about a guy who, again, has played for New Zealand at the senior team level. He played at the U23 level in the 2012 London Olympics. Pro career that began all the way back in 2010 with the Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand, which, by the way, the former club of World Cup social media icon Tim Payne. And now Musa gingerly walking off, just the last thing you want to see for Fort Wayne. And his day will come to an end as Juan Solis will replace him. So a team that is already playing down a man now has to replace one of the anchors of this back line. And for the first time since June 17th, Juan Solis will head on. And wait for him to stand up fully, and you'll see just how tall he is. 6'8" center back will make his way out there. And for the first time in about a month, the Colombian center back sees the pitch in USL League One action. Again, we send James Musa our best. Here is Thiago Dias, fan favorite for the autumn gold and black. Off the head of Perkins and a throw for one Knoxville. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, goes head-to-head with the 2025 Player Shield winner, Louisville City FC, in a must-watch match of the summer. 2 elite clubs, 1 massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action on CBS at noon Eastern on July 18th. That is this Saturday. That ball nearly made its way through to Rempel. Stays with Fort Wayne. Rempel heaves it in. Headed right back where it came from. Another long toss from Rempel. Again, back to Rempel. Gare press to switch, and it's intercepted with ease as it's launched ahead. And a whistle comes in. Will be a free kick for one Knoxville. As we navigate the 18th minute, one Knoxville's run of not allowing a goal in the first 15 minutes of a match continues. They're so difficult to break down. Both of these teams are. They are the top 2 defensive teams in the league this season. Goals against average of 0.86. One Knoxville continuing that trend from the defensive success it saw last year in its double winning campaign. For Fort Wayne, it was a bit of a slower start. They conceded 6 goals in the first 2 matches. Pardon me, 3 matches. They've only conceded 6 goals total in the 11 matches since then in league play. So Mike Avery and company have figured things out. Caputo. Here's Caputo once more. Speaking of defensive prowess, Jordan Skelton, a few better at that center back spot than Skelts. Baker runs it through. Teddy Baker, who has 2 goals and an assist in his last 2 matches. Perkins. Caputo. Here's Mikel Gouling. Gouling again. Finds Tiao running it behind. Tiao rolls it central. Nobody home though. Perkins gets there. His blast took a deflection. Oh, it last did come off of him, and it will be a throw for Fort Wayne. And for a team that's been playing down a man since the opening minute, Fort Wayne hasn't really looked like that. They've been willing to extend some numbers forward. They've been able to get the ball ahead. It's not like they're just sitting back and absorbing one Knoxville. Baker loops for Perkins. Will Perkins surges on Rempel. Rempel, a brilliant tackle. It will be a corner kick for one Knoxville. First of the night for the home side. Teddy Baker over the corner flag. Ball in from Baker. Headed away. Tiao. Abel Caputo. Baker. Angles for Real Gil. Gil dances. Real Gil on a string. Gil pings it central. Headed away. Only as deep as Teddy Baker. But a whistle does come in as Baker shoves down Tank Healy. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. That's headed over towards Thomas. Thomas goes airborne. Rempel able to play it all the way back. Rempel stabs ahead, but Rempel is whistled. One Knoxville free kick on the way with Abel Caputo slowly rising to his feet. Midway through this first 45, and well, what a start it was for this match. Javier Armas being sent off in the opening minute for cleaning the back of Denis Kurchenkov. Tiao snaps one across, no trouble for Bernd Shipman. Caputo threads it through. Gill could not stay in possession. Real Gill getting the start today. He's missed some time this season, but he's a very skilled player out wide. Trinidad and Tobago national team member, 18 caps. Tiao just barely able to keep it in play, though it skips away from Kurchenkov. Fort Wayne on the precipice of history. A win or draw today would tie 2019 Lansing Ignite for the longest unbeaten run in an inaugural season in league history. And as Mike Avery put it, this club is an overnight success that has been working at it for a long time, right? It's not like this club was just created this season. It's been going on in USL 2 for quite some time. He's in his 6th season in charge of the club, and they had a lot of success at the USL 2 level, but League One, a different beast, though he did say, tactically, philosophically, he's tried to keep as many things the same as possible. He said if you watch this Fort Wayne squad at the USL League 2 level, and you watch them now, it's very similar. Even kept on practically the same staff. So we didn't want to reinvent the wheel, go away from what was working for this club at the USL 2 level, as it's tapped over and recovered by Baker. Here's John Murphy Jr. Threads it through for Perkins. Perkins pops it across Solis, jars it free, and it is cleared. Here is John Murphy Jr., who has evolved into quite the goal scorer this season. He scored 3 goals this season already, which is tied for the most he's ever scored in his pro career. And Ian Fuller was very candid about it earlier this season. He said, look, I didn't know he had these goals in him. And he scored a couple of impressive bangers this season. Baker eyes one from distance off of Solis. Perkins now. Baker. Caputo. Caputo wins it back. Gill combines with Goling, though he lost it. Here comes Jack Thomas. And a well-placed tackle by Goling. Here's Gill. Nicked out of possession. A hard tackle. And Solis just sends it away. Now we're seeing the results of Fort Wayne being down a man, having a tough time staying in possession, just playing a bit desperate, trying to clear it out of the back. Understandable. And it's a long and difficult path ahead on the road at a venue that Knoxville is nearly unbeatable at. Just 2 losses since the start of last season here at Covenant Health Park, 11-2-5 over that span. Murphy. Baker. Gill gives it away. Again disposed of, only as deep as McLeod. Baker. Here's Tiao. Caputo back for Tiao. That's broken up. And Diaz again able to send it away. We'll be saying his name a lot today. Thiago Diaz. He's played every minute of this season. Mike Avery calls him a winner. Sturdy center back for the squad. Perkins sweeps one across. Perkins' ball just slightly out of the reach of Kurchenkov. Caputo now. Caputo lost it. Thomas bombs it away. A surging Rico gets after it. Rico unable to get there, and it's Garibay off his line. Well, to be fair, bombing it long and hoping that Lilian Rico can catch up to it, maybe not the worst idea. He is as pacey of a player up front as you'll find in this league. Caputo. Gouling. Caputo again. Gouling. Rolls it through. Solis using every inch of that 6'8" frame to break up that ball. And Knoxville trying to find some cracks in this very low block from Fort Wayne. Perkins angles one in, took a deflection. Here comes Thomas as he trudges on. Jack Thomas, and a whistle comes in, and a yellow card as well, as Take Healy is taken down. It is Real Gil who is shown yellow. There is Real Gil making just his 4th start of the season. And that whistle will bring us to the hydration break. 88 degrees and humid in Knoxville, Tennessee. We played 30 minutes in this one. And while we haven't seen either team generate that golden opportunity, we did see red very early on. And when I say very, I mean as early as you could possibly see in a match. As Gil has a word with one of his coaches. And this is a look at what went down. Opening kickoff, just seconds in. Kurchenkov gives that shoulder check, and then Javier Armas responds with a cleat to the back. And a straight red shown by Kyle Johnston. Just the 2nd time this season that Fort Wayne FC have had to play down a man. And these hydro breaks, for a Fort Wayne team that's been playing down a man since the opening minute, these are extremely valuable. Gives them a chance to recover, hydrate, chat things over. But there will be tired legs for the hefty majority of this match for the visitors. Fan soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all of your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Wednesday night footy here at Covenant Health Park in Knoxville, Tennessee. This clash of 2 of the hottest teams in the league. It's these 2 and Charlotte Independence. Really, no one's been better as of late. And Union Omaha still atop the table, so you can't forget about them. But in terms of unbeaten runs, what a stretch it has been for these 2 sides. So we restart with a Fort Wayne free kick from Bernd Shipman, veteran goalkeeper who spent the last 3 seasons playing with Forward Madison. Philippines national team experience, including in World Cup qualifiers. He actually was a forward growing up until he was about 9 or 10 years old. His team's goalkeeper got hurt, so the coach decided to put him in goal. A little later on in Shipman's career, he ended up being coached by Manuel Neuer's former goalkeeping coach. And now Shipman, a grizzled veteran in He's the first goalkeeper for Fort Wayne FC. Throw in from Michael Rempel. Rempel's ball headed away. That is rolled back in and comes out for Rempel. Rempel swings one into the mix once more. McLeod heads away, nodded once more by Gill. Skelton wins that ball, headed on, and McLeod leaves it over for Tiao. And Gill wins the free kick. All 10 behind the ball here for Fort Wayne FC. Here's Caputo. Baker. Murphy. Baker again. Cycles for Tiao. Caputo. Gill. Gill, 1-2, back for Gill. Diash gets his head on it. Solis winning that challenge, but a stoppage with the down one Knoxville player. One Knox will keep possession after the restart. And it's John Murphy Jr. who's back on his feet. Al Johnston will restart play with the drop ball. Final 10 minutes of this first 45. One of the most anticipated clashes of the first half of the 2026 campaign. The reigning league champions versus the upstart Fort Wayne FC squad that has taken this league by storm. 11 in a row without a loss for Fort Wayne. They're 6-0-5 over this run, and they've outscored the opposition 18-6 in this stretch. And a first half that has been defined by that one moment, the red card. We have not seen a single shot on target. We've seen just 4 combined shots, and none of them all too threatening. It's lifted along. Kurchenkov gives chase to it. Kurchenkov jockeys with Diash, and it is the sturdy center back, Thiago Diash, who wins that duel. First pro signing in club history as it's blasted long, and McLeod heads it away for Tiao. It sneaks through Goulding. Gill. Murphy into a pocket of space. John Murphy dispossessed. And a free kick on the way for the visitors. Fort Wayne headman Mike Avery knew this would be challenging. He said this was the hardest game for his team to prepare for. But in his wildest dreams, I don't think he could have prepared to be down a man for the final 89 minutes of this match. But credit to his squad. They have kept one Knoxville in check. And it's very easy in a situation like that to let that moment get to you. All the build-up, all the hype, all the anticipation, and then boom, you go down a man a minute in, and you could just mentally get frustrated and perhaps check out. But That is not the MO of this Fort Wayne squad. Mike Avery said it himself. The reason why this team has been so successful as of late is because they work so hard. It doesn't matter what the scoreline is. It is a relentless work ethic, a mindset that they've cultivated. Throw in from Michael Rempel. Heaves it into the area, that's headed down. And cleared away. McLeod does enough to send it out of danger. Rempel. It's a fluttering ball to switch the point of attack. Healy brings it down. Leading goal scorer for this team. Here is Take Healy once again. 8 goals in the campaign. 1-2 back for Healy, who rips it wide. Healy playing off of Jack Thomas. 4th shot of the match for the Autumn Gold and Black. Caputo floats ahead for Gill. Could not bring it down. I think we'll have to see more of that from One Knoxville. Fort Wayne is such a difficult team to break down, even down a man. Maybe send some more balls over the top. Try to find somebody running it behind like a Gill. Gouling finds Gill. A little wiggle room to work with here for Gill. Gouling now. Gouling tees. Gouling just wide. Gouling going for goal, but comes up empty. Taking a look at our replay brought to you by Bush's Beans. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. And Mikael Gouling nearly a beautiful goal. Gouling a goal contribution in 3 straight matches, 2 goals and an assist over that span. Had an assist in that 2-1 win against AC Boise, a come-from-behind win for One Knoxville in their last league match. Final 5 minutes of this first 45 plus stoppage time in a match that could potentially be a historic one. A result for Fort Wayne ties 2019 Lansing Ignite for the longest unbeaten run in an inaugural season for a squad as Baker drills it in. Meanwhile, a result for One Knoxville, a win for One Knoxville would bring them 1 win away from the longest winning streak in club history. They won 6 in a row to end last season en route to that title. And a result of any kind today for One Knox would tie their longest unbeaten run of the season. Rico muscled out of possession. Murphy now. Here's Tiao. Caputo. McLeod. Gill. Tiao drives it in. Tiao's ball. Skied out for a corner kick. JP Jordan cutting off that feed. Look back at our Bush's Beans replay, roll that beautiful Bean footage. Mike Avery was just shown yellow. And there was a tie-up a couple of moments ago that the Fort Wayne bench took some exception to. Teddy Baker whips it in. Shipman punches down, cleared away. Gouling. Gouling again. Options both sides. Gouling finds Kurchenkov. Kurchenkov. And it's Thiago Dias. Bottles him up. Thiago Dias, one of a handful of guys who Mike Avery feels can move up, play at a higher level. Said that actually about a bunch of these guys. And Dias, 3 seasons at the USL 2 level with Fort Wayne FC, won 3 division titles with them, twice as the captain. Mike Avery just says he's a straight-up winner. Perkins, a good ball to open things up for Will Perkins. Murphy. Perkins again. Baker. Caputo. Perkins. Here's Baker as we enter Zoom drain stoppage time. 7 minutes of added time as we wind down to this first half. It's played into the box. Misplayed, but then cleared. We'll stay here in a tie-up inside the area. Stoppage time brought to you by Zoom Drain, the official drainage partner of One Knoxville SC. Kyle Johnston will have One Knoxville rethrow. Baker. It's sent away. Contact to the clearance, and a whistle now comes in from Kyle Johnston. It's been chippy. I mean, look, just seconds into this one, red card issued, and a yellow card comes out as Michael Rempel's down. And is that on Kurchenkov? If it is, it's his second. Yes, it is. Wow. Denis Kurchenkov, his second yellow, and both teams down to 10 men for the rest of this match. Denis Kurchenkov, the top goal scorer for this One Knoxville team. Let's get one more look at it. Okay, watch. He is the intended target, then he sticks that leg out. That is just clumsy from Kurchenkov. And sitting on a yellow card, you just have to have the presence of mind to not even put yourself in a position where that could be called. So we are back to even strength the rest of the way. As Denis Kurchenkov saunters back towards the dressing room. And Rempel is getting that right ankle checked on. Kurchenkov, remember, he was the one who started the match with that shoulder check of Armas, which ended up culminating with Armas responding with the boot to the back and being shown a straight red. Kurchenkov was shown yellow for that incident and then shown yellow again. And Ian Fuller And his brain trust now figuring things out. And again, the game plan changes. You had the game plan to start the match, and then you make adjustments when Knoxville goes up a man, and now we're back to even strength, 10 versus 10 the rest of the way. Mike Avery with an absolute gift. In a moment that rejuvenates his side's hope for 3 points. Playing down a man, Fort Wayne's mindset probably, hey, we can just, if we leave here with a point, that's a win for us. Now it's 10 versus 10 for the rest of this highly anticipated fixture. Caputo. Here's Baker. As we navigate stoppage time, both teams down to 10 men. Perkins. Attempt to the nutmeg to no avail. Rempel back at full strength and comes away with the play, but gives it away. No, Perkins, he turns it over as well. Skelton. This is just the second sending off for a One Knox player all season. Neither one of these teams all too familiar playing down a man. Second time this year for both squads. And they both come before halftime. This is something you do not see every day. Both teams with the player red carded before the midway point of this match. Juan Solis. Rempel taps it through. Thomas gets there. Thomas easily brought in by Garibay. Neither one of these keepers has been tested. Two of the premier keepers in this league. And while they're both very skilled goalkeepers, I'm sure that they are satisfied with not having been asked to do all too much in this first 45. Gill. Tiao. Tiao goes down, and a free kick on the way as Tiao is taken to the turf by Kabiru Gafar. Nearing 7 minutes through stoppage time, but I do anticipate to go a bit beyond the 7 minutes after Kruchenkov was sent off with that second yellow of his. Free kick on the way from Teddy Baker. Ball in from Baker, sneaks through, and it's just wide. The One Knoxville team that has found some success on free kicks this season. John Murphy Jr. gave it a go. A couple of bodies were in the general vicinity of it, but Murphy the closest to get there. Final moments of what has been a bizarre first half. Both teams having a player sent off. Yet we have not seen a single shot on target. Oh, lovely bit of skill there from the shifty Gafar. It slipped over for Farik Cole and out of his reach. Still time, says Kyle Johnston. Tiao works on Gafar. And there is the halftime whistle. Well, this was a very anticipated match. Then Fort Wayne went down a man and it turned into, okay, can they hang on for a result? And then when Knoxville went down a man, and now it's game on. 10 versus 10 for the rest of this match. Those two men, Johan Garibay, Bernd Shipman, haven't seen all too much action. They'll take it though. 0-0 the score through 45 minutes. Halftime brought to you by Realty Executives. Two of the hottest teams in the league in top form entering this one. And a battle's in store for the second half of action. Halftime in Knoxville, Tennessee. Stick with us.
Extra. It changes. Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. You're gonna be great. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
It was definitely worth the wait.
I jumped on it as soon as it was available.
Everybody's switching. I see the signs popping up all over the neighborhood.
Rock solid, super fast speeds down and up.
It's a huge upgrade.
Cost is always consistent.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I still got it, and I still love it.
If it's in your area, you better get it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you can get it then.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. They look like thousands, but sound like one. In their hands, a simple beat is transformed into a masterpiece. Commitment runs through their veins. Because to them, the bigger the family, the better the game. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
One half in the books, 0-0 the score. Halftime brought to you by Realty Executives. Two teams who just do not lose. They're in quite the battle right now. They are down a man, both squads, for the rest of this match. 2 red cards issued in the first 45 minutes of action. Well, congratulations to all of these players named to Team of the Week for match week 17 and 18. Teddy Baker and Kabiru Gafar, the only players League One.
Five and six of home. Bowen inward. Medina heads it down, pushed out by Smith. Back-to-back corners for Corpus Christi.
Udati in trouble. Alvarez with the poach. And the shove. Luis Alvarez fights through contact. Luis Alvarez! How could you not be entertained? He fights through the contact and powers it home.
Alvarez sidesteps from the arc to bend all the way through. An absolute beaut of a strike. Two USL clubs decorated with history and hardware. Last year, Louisville City raised the Player Shield as the best team during the season.
At long last, the breakthrough for
But the Pittsburgh Riverhounds raised the USL Championship trophy. Two USL clubs decorated with history and hardware. Last year, Louisville City raised the Player Shield as the best team during the season.
At long last, the breakthrough for
But the Pittsburgh Riverhounds raised the USL Championship trophy for winning it all.
USL Championship winners.
Two title contenders collide in the Steel City, Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Louisville City. Saturday, July 18th at noon Eastern on CBS.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Pero falta gol, estamos a esperar a un gol.
¿Hugo Sánchez?
Sí, tira para adelante.
¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? ¡Llegamos por fin! ¡Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor! ¿Regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte! A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso. ¡Listo, vámonos!
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations.
You're gonna be great.
It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Halftime brought to you by Realty Executives. We've played 45, and there was absolutely nothing between these two sides. 0-0 the score. Both teams down to 10 men for the upcoming second half. Take a look at the out-of-town scores. 1-0 lead for Chattanooga Red Wolves. A 17th-minute goal by Ropapa Mensah, assisted by Wynand Wessels, giving Chattanooga the edge, one Knoxville's arch rivals, as they lead AV Alta. And then, kicking off in about 20 or so minutes, Forward Madison welcomes Richmond Kickers for the Henny Derby, one of the great rivalries in USL League One. So a fun night of soccer in the league, and just 3 matches, but all 3 certainly with some intrigue to it. Let's toss it over to Dan Lucas with our USL League One halftime update.
It is halftime in League One. We'll get you back out to your match shortly. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with the headlines. The final group stage of the Prinks Tires USL Cup was a big day for League One. A pair of clubs advanced to the quarterfinal knockout stage. Spokane Velocity scored a 3-1 victory over the Oakland Roots of the USL Championship, then got the boost it needed from AC Boise, defeating Sacramento Republic to advance as the Group 1 winner. Spokane finished group play with 3 straight wins in regulation. And Charlotte Independence stunned Charleston Battery of the championship, winning a penalty kick shootout after a 2-2 draw. Charlotte wins Group 6, and that match extended its unbeaten streak to 14. The USL Cup quarterfinals will take place on Wednesday, August 12th. Tampa Bay hosts Louisville City. Charlotte will host Hartford Athletic. Spokane welcomes Colorado Springs, and San Antonio will host Miami FC. Upcoming national spotlight games, the big one in the championship this Saturday on CBS. Pittsburgh Riverhounds hosting Louisville City at noon Eastern. Next Wednesday, Oakland Roots at Lexington SC on CBS Sportsnet and 2DN. Then next Saturday, Detroit City hosts Las Vegas Lights on ESPN2. San Antonio hosts Indy 11 on the 31st on CBS Sportsnet. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
At Zoom Drain, we fix drain and sewer problems fast. That's all we do. Clogged kitchen sink? Call Zoom Drain. Toilets overflowing? Call Zoom Drain. Ankle deep in the shower? Call Zoom Drain. Sewage in your yard? Call Zoom Drain. Water pooling outside? Call Zoom Drain. Strong sewer smell? Call Zoom Drain. When you have a clogged drain, call Zoom Drain. To get your life flowing today.
You've heard all about the benefits of contrast therapy. Now it's time to experience it for yourself. Explore the deep relaxation of a sauna session, the thrill of a cold plunge, and simply take a little time to unwind. Book a standard 2-hour visit, and you can always add a massage. It's all designed for deep, effortless rest. It's time for something different. It's time for Sauna House.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
Just about ready for half number 2 in Knoxville, Tennessee. 0-0 the score. Halftime brought to you by Realty Executives. First half that didn't see either team attempt a shot on target. Not a whole lot of highlights, but there were fireworks early. Denis Prochenkov gives that little shoulder, then on his way down through 45. Our halftime stats brought to you by Realty Executives. 9 combined shots. Possession's been dominated by one Knoxville, but that's because they played for about 44, 45 minutes up a man. Now that both teams are back to even strength, I do expect that number to even out in this second half. One Knoxville still probably will have the edge, but it won't be 70-30 by the end of this match. And we are still waiting for that elusive first shot on target in this battle between two defensive juggernauts, the top 2 defensive squads in this league. They both concede sub 1 goal per match, but there will be a lot of space to cover in this second half for both teams. One Knoxville down Denis Prochenkov. Fort Wayne FC down Javier Garmas. And 45 minutes remain in this match. Will the unbeaten runs continue? Or will we have a decisive moment from one of these squads? No changes for either manager at the halftime break. Lee Baker stands over it. First ever meeting between One Knoxville and Fort Wayne FC. It has been chippy, it has been physical. Feels like a matchup that has a bit of history behind it, but they're there isn't any history at the USL League One level between these two clubs. Well, they are creating that history today. Will we see a magical moment in half number 2? A match that a lot of people have had circled on their calendars. And we resume play with 45 minutes remaining. 10 versus 10 for the rest of this match. Unless we see another red card, which, hey, the way this match has gone, that is certainly possible. Fort Wayne FC unbeaten in 11 in a row. One result shy of the USL League One record for consecutive results for an inaugural club. Meanwhile, one Knoxville unbeaten in 5 straight winners of 4 in a row. One result shy of tying their season-long unbeaten run of 6 straight matches. 2 wins away from tying their longest winning streak in club history, which came last year. Final 3 matches of the regular season and the 3 postseason victories. Real Gil able to keep it in play. Balancing act along the touchline, and he claims it towards the corner flag. It will be a corner for Teddy Baker and company. Aerial duels will be tough to win for one Knoxville with the 6'8" Juan Solis standing in the middle of the box. Baker twirls it in there, headed, and it's a breakthrough. Scott McLeod, his first start of this season, his first goal of this season. As we look at our Bush's Beans replay, a whipping feed by Baker on an absolute platter. And it is a brilliant header by Scott McLeod. His first start of the season, his first goal of the year. As he breaks through in the 47th minute. That is the very first shot on target for either team, and it's a goal. And a one Knoxville team that is so tough to break down, now playing with a lead. Scott McLeod off the assist from Baker. Oh, it's backheeled in the wrong direction, and Skelton rescues things for one Knoxville. With that assist by Baker, he now has a goal contribution in 3 straight matches. 2 goals and 2 assists over the last 3 for Teddy Baker, who is 3rd in the league in chances created. Throw in headed away, but dangerously brought down by Healy as it swept into the area. Drifts all the way across and tapped out for a throw. Fort Wayne looking to answer as it's heaved into the area. Solis got a head on it initially, and Garibay high points it. One Knoxville 8-2-0 on the season when scoring the opening goal. There's JP Jordan. Gare Take Healy. Gafar. Solis. Makes its way over the touchline. Here was McLeod, the goal scored just moments ago. First goal of this season in the first start of the season for Scott McLeod. 47th minute header off of a corner kick by one Knoxville. Actually, McLeod's first league goal in his second season with one Knoxville. And it could be the decisive moment of this pivotal matchup. Here's Gafar. Healy gets rid of it. It's tapped over. Jordan flicks it on, and it knocks out for another Fort Wayne opportunity from the corner flag. Fort Wayne conceding a corner kick. When they take one back, they will send the 6'8" Juan Solis into the mixer. Michael Rempel will blast this in. Rempel, the native of Asuncion, Paraguay, the capital city. First-year pro after a standout college career at the NAIA level. McLeod heads it away, brought down. Healy, a space, bends it off the crossbar. Take Healy. If there's anybody in this league who could finish one like that, it is him. But it was not meant to be. First real look that Healy's had all day. And he bent it, but not quite enough. 8 goals in the season for Tank Healy, just 1 goal shy in the Golden Boot race behind Luis Alvarez of Charlotte Independence. A surging Tiao. Baker. Here's Caputo. Teddy Baker now. 1 assist already today for Baker. Perkins dances. Perkins. Slippery Perkins. Will Perkins putting the moves on Michael Rempel. Not known as the most attack-minded player, but able to generate a shot there, as you see in our Bush's Beans replay. Launched ahead, Thomas gives chase to it. And a corner kick all the way for Fort Wayne once again. Third corner kick of the match for Fort Wayne. When Knoxville getting ready to make a change, Kyle Linares set to head on for Real Gil. Rempel, it's a low ball. McLeod sends it right back where it came from. We'll say that's a home run over the right center field fence. Throw in for Fort Wayne, but first, an alteration. First change of the match, it is Kyle Linares who heads on in place of Real Gil. Linares 2 goals and an assist this season for the first-year one Knoxville man out of Teaneck, New Jersey. 12th appearance of the season, 7th time as a substitute. And 2 matches ago in that win against Spokane, had a goal and an assist. Gouling heads away and goes down. Free kick awarded to one Knoxville. Johan Garibay launches long. Murphy jockeys with Solis. And Murphy's down. And a yellow card comes out against Solis. This feels like a match that has bad blood between these 2 clubs, but that is just not the case. It's the first time they've ever met, and here we are, cards galore. A lot of extracurricular activities. So Juan Solis shown yellow. Solis, remember, he came on in the first half only because James Musa left with an injury. So a backup center back in there in Solis, plus Fort Wayne down a player, one Knoxville down a player as well. Both teams playing with 10 men. In case you're just joining us, in the first literally 5 to 10 seconds of this match, Javier Armas stuck a boot into the back of Denis Kurchenkov, was shown straight red. Kurchenkov, for arguing, was then shown yellow. Then in first half stoppage time, Kurchenkov was shown his second yellow as he stuck his foot in a challenge. He was sent off, so both teams down a man. And one Knoxville breaking through on a corner kick, and they'll have another corner kick opportunity right here. Sloppy play from Fort Wayne FC as Baker waltzes to the corner flag. 1 assist already today for Teddy Baker. First-year one Knoxville player. And you do wonder how he's feeling today. He is a native of London, England, and an absolute heartbreaking, gut-wrenching loss for England against Argentina, though unfortunately for the English, that has become all too familiar for them in recent years. That is chested over and heads out for another corner kick, and a down Fort Wayne player. And Kyle Johnston now ushering on an athletic trainer. It's Thiago Dias. See what happened to Dias, just blood all over his face. Oh, yeah. Murphy came in, got him in the face. Oh man, Thiago Dias. And they're gonna get that cleaned up. Here's another look. So watch Murphy, number 8. He's gonna come in right there. Elbow comes down into the face. That elbow, that forearm into the face of Thiago Dias, who is bloodied up. Dias getting looked at. Anchor of this back line, a leader of the team. Alex Parr, the athletic trainer for Fort Wayne has unfortunately been busy today. As we reach the hour mark, One Knoxville a 1-0 lead, and this is how One Knox did it. Corner kick, Scott McLeod, first goal of this season. Baker's ball is knotted into the back of the net. Not much Bernd Shipman can do about it. He was frozen. And Scott McLeod, jubilant, but his opposing center back, Thiago Dias, was bloodied up, and he's still getting work done. Center back from Portimao, Portugal. Club's first professional signing, and Mike Avery said he was the first guy that they wanted. Like, make no mistake about it. They knew him. He spent the past 3 years with Fort Wayne FC at the USL 2 level. Led them to 3 division titles, twice as a captain. First-year pro who ended his college career as an All-American at Bryant University. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. And Thiago Dias has re-entered the match. Good sign to see for Fort Wayne FC. The leader of the autumn gold and black back out there. Oh, that dummies all the way through for Thiago. Thiago skips it in. Dias skies that out of danger, but not the most convincing of clearances. Gouling, the intended target, couldn't get to it. Baker now, centering feed, back towards Baker. Deflects for Linares. Thiago. Linares again. The lone substitute we've seen from One Knoxville. Linares finds Thiago, dashes to the byline. Thiago rolls it in. Solis able to foot it away. Solis now down, check that. Dias down again. And a whistle. Thiago Dias again in pain. And good to see him back on his feet. The warrior for this Fort Wayne FC squad. And Fort Wayne find that equalizer. Still looking for that first shot on goal. Both teams down to 10 men for the entirety of this second half. Scott McLeod's 47th minute goal, the difference thus far, but this is promising from the visitors. Gaffar. There's Garay. Garay floats it in. Gaffar gets there. Gaffar, did he win a corner? Yes, he did. Ian Fuller getting ready to make a couple of changes. Jaheim Brown and Stavros Arakostas will enter momentarily for One Knoxville. Take Healy taking this corner kick. We've seen Michael Rempel take the majority of these kicks from the flag, but it's Healy now. Healy's ball comes out to Linares. And a whistle blown. Johan Garibay continues to not have to do all too much today. Here are the two alterations. Jaheim Brown, reigning all USL League One selection, will replace Chris Tiao. Meanwhile, John Murphy Jr. exits in favor of Stavros Zarakostas, who did not play against AC Boys in the last league match, the third-year One Knoxville player who last season led the team in assists. Only has 1 assist this season. And here is Zarakostas. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, goes head-to-head with the 2025 Player Shield winner, Louisville City, in a must-watch match of the summer. 2 elite clubs, 1 massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action on CBS at noon Eastern on July 18th. So the defending league champion and Player Shield winner in the USL Championship going head-to-head. That is not possible in USL League One this season because those trophies were won by the same team last year, and it's the team in blue on your screen, One Knoxville, claiming the double a season ago, the 5th team to do so in league history. That's been the trend in USL League One. You win the Players' Shield, history has shown that you are likely to win the postseason title as well. Baker spun down. Here is Jaheim Brown. And the late whistle comes in. And Knoxville will have to bring it back. Skelton. Gouling. It's wide for Zarakostas, and nothing going there. Well, the possession numbers have evened, but just slightly. Still 68% for One Knoxville, down from 70% at halftime. Perkins now operating this left flank. And he's whistled. Fort Wayne looking for the leveler. A squad that has had a remarkable debut season in USL League One. Currently tied for 5th in the league as it trickles all the way through for Rico. And Garibay races to get there. First time Johan Garibay has been called into question today. First-year starting goalkeeper for One Knoxville after spending the last 2 seasons backing up the goalkeeper of the year in the league, Sean Lewis, who's now with Spokane Velocity. But he patiently waited his turn. And now here he is, starting for One Knoxville, and he's been stellar this season. And Ian Fuller was very candid about it, saying that he felt for Garibay last year because he was ready to play, but he was behind Sean Lewis. Goalkeeper of the year for the last 2 seasons as the yellow card comes out. Kyle Linares booked in the second half. And Linares with the tackle. Looks like a tackle that you'd see down the road at Neyland Stadium with the Tennessee Volunteers football team. Their season kicking off in about a month and a half. Michael Rempel angles one in. It's headed down to Baker. Slots it out of danger. Still life though for Fort Wayne FC. Flicked into the area. Heads out. Who was it last off of? And it is a goal kick for Garibay. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Inside the final 20 of this one. Zarakostas gives chase as he volleys it. Just off target. That probably would have been the dagger the way this thing is gone. Fort Wayne FC dodges one there. Trying to keep this prolonged unbeaten run alive and extend it to 12 matches. A club that has seen a boatload of success in year one in USL League One. They have a beautiful new stadium, Ruoff Mortgage Stadium. They had the official grand opening for it on July 4th. They also introduced their mascot, Friendly the Goalrilla. A city that has a proud soccer heritage, including longtime U.S. men's national team standout DeMarcus Beasley, the only man to ever play in 4 World Cups for the United States national team. And not only is he a Fort Wayne native, he's a co-owner of the club and also the director of football operations. And what a resource to have in the organization as it's rolled through. Ghaffar rolls it in. Kabiru Ghaffar draws us level. First goal of the season for Kabiru Ghaffar. Game on. And look at this run that he makes. Splitting that channel between Perkins and McLeod. He gets rid of it, instantly makes that run. And it's Tank Healy who so neatly tucks it to him. And Kabiru Ghaffar nets his first goal of the league slate. That's a look at our Bush's Beans replay. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Kabiru Ghaffar, who was signed after spending the preseason with USL Championship squad in the 11. First year pro after 4 seasons at the University of Indianapolis. He moved to Indianapolis when he was 11 from Nigeria. And now he's a pro, and now he has his first goal. We are even at a goal apiece in this much anticipated matchup. Perkins jars it ahead. Perkins again, blasts one in! Baker was absolutely, positively unmarked, but he could not claim the go-ahead goal. Perkins on a platter. That is a lapse at the back, but that's what happens when you're down to 10 men. Bit tougher to mark. And we will have a hydration break. Thumbs up from Baker. He knows he could have done better there. And he knows his one Knoxville sign could be in front, but it is still 1-1 as we enter the hydro break in the second half. Now this match is coming to life after a first half that was defined by 2 red cards. A little bit of juice in half number 2. This was in the opening minutes of the second half. Scott McLeod, his first goal of this season. And then in the 73rd minute, just moments ago, lovely run by Ghaffar as he taps it beyond Johan Garibay. His first goal of the season. Assisted by Tay Healy. Hey, Healy normally the goal scorer, but this time he's the goal distributor as he picks up his second assist of the season. "15 minutes plus stoppage time," and I do anticipate a good bit of added time. We had 7 minutes in the first half. Fans, enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. Some great prizes available. The Prinks Tires USL Cup now in the knockout stages. The draw occurred earlier this week, and now it is the elimination portion of the tournament. Pair of changes for Fort Wayne. Clarence Aoudor heads on for Jack Thomas, and Jeremy Gare exits. Emerson Nieto replaces him. '73rd minute goal by Kabiru Ghaffar, bringing us level. Entering this match, we figured this would be a good one. It had more twists and turns than I could have imagined in terms of those two first-half red cards. But now it is game on for the final chunk of this one. A lot of green to work with both teams down to 10 men. As Caputo threads it ahead, Baker pops it wide. Zarakostas now on that right channel. Zarakostas rolls it across. All Gouling hunting for it in the back post. Just a skip out of his reach. It did take a deflection en route to Gouling, though. And it is a corner kick for 1 Knoxville. A look at our Bush's Beans replay. Just slightly grazed the toe of Solis. And here is Baker. A chance for deja vu. Kenny Baker, that ball just a little bit off the white. He will send this in, and it is grazed away. So no goal again from the corner flag as Healy leads the counter. Take Healy on the move, advantage played. Ricole, options. Ricole finds a teammate in the overlap. It is Aoudor. And a corner kick on the way. Promising moment and some pep in the step now for Fort Wayne. Corner kick will be taken by Tay Healy. He has the duties now with Rempel off. Healy's ball nailed back towards Healy, and it will be a throw-in for Fort Wayne FC. Mike Avery talked about one of his messages to the team this week was, hey, if you want to be considered a contender in this league, this is the type of match that you have to find a way to win. It's in a dangerous spot as this rolls on frame, and Garibay is his first save. Cléron Saoudor put it on frame, and now here comes one Knoxville. A surge from Linares. Linares drills it central, goaling. Couldn't quite get to it. It is Rempel still out there for Fort Wayne, who saves the day. Teddy Baker corner kick. One Knoxville has already scored once from this exact corner flag. Came in the 47th minute. And a header by Scott McLeod. Baker blasts it in. Headed away, Caputo off the volley, deflected home! Abel Caputo! What a finish! And one Knoxville leads late. Abel Caputo, his first goal of the season, just his second goal as a professional. And it's a volley from outside the area, albeit it did take a deflection. That certainly aided his strike. Came off of Take Healy and into the back of the net. And Abel Caputo delivers in the 81st. And just a gut-wrenching moment for Fort Wayne. You feel like you're right there. You equalize. Can you defend the corner kick? And that happens. Does Fort Wayne have one more in the tank? For this squad that's been playing down a man from the first minute, dig deep. One Knoxville looking for more though, it's pinged across. Linares gave it a go. One Knoxville saying, hey, that was deflected. Officials disagree. Zarakostas in disbelief. Diash. And the foul called, free kick for Fort Wayne FC. Fort Wayne has not lost since March 28th against the New York Cosmos. Their only other loss this season was in the opener against Naples. They're in danger of falling at one Knoxville. Ricole. Here's Gaffar, the goal scorer. Gaffar threads it through. Too heavy for JP Jordan. Teddy Baker down on a knee. Baker will exit. Baker's day has come to an end. An assist for Teddy Baker. Third straight match with a goal contribution. 2 goals, 2 assists in that stretch. And he is replaced by the Bull, Danny Fernandez. A fan favorite for one Knoxville. And just like how Fort Wayne anchor Thiago Dias played for Fort Wayne when they were in USL 2 and continued on at the USL League One level, the same goes for Danny Fernandez. 4th-year pro with one Knoxville. He played for the club before this at the USL 2 level as well. He's a fan favorite. 12th appearance of the season for Danny Fernandez. A change for Fort Wayne as well. Daniel Oyetunde on, Ryan Betcher on. Two attack-minded changes. Betcher has 2 goals this season. Oyetunde doesn't have a goal contribution, but 19-year-old player out of the prestigious Arsenal Hale End Academy. Can he be a difference maker late in this match? Both squads down to 10 men. Fernandez dangerously placed it back. It is turned over. See Gafar equalizing in the 73rd. And then it was just a couple of minutes after that. Abel Caputo, 81st minute goal. As it stands, it is the game winner. But still time for the Autumn Gold and Black to draw level for the second time today. Fluttering ball, Garibay goes airborne. No trouble for the keeper. Linares hustles. Linares still going. Linares, did he keep it in play? He did. Linares plays it central. Corner kick coming. Late corner kick for one Knoxville and no rush to send this in. Kenny Baker, the usual corner kick taker, is out. That leaves Kyle Linares. And here is Linares. Ball in from Linares, headed down. Aoudor taken down. It's been nervy for Fort Wayne any time that one Knoxville has had a corner kick from that flag. Both goals for one Knox coming off of balls sent in from that corner flag. Ball nearly made its way to Lilian Ricole. Prolific goal scorer, 6 goals in the season for him, though he has been kept in check today. Just one shot today for Lilian Ricole. Looking for him again. Wasn't meant to be. Gouling keeps it in play. Gouling doesn't have anybody alongside him. Now he does, but it was too little too late. Gafar pops it ahead. Here is Ricole, his cross right at Garibay. Lilian Ricole, the Parisian, starting to get a bit more involved these last few moments. They unlock him. Initial indication suggests 7 minutes of added time. Ample time for a leveler. Back heel. Gafar, the goal scorer. Gafar angles one in. Well defended by Perkins. Schooling. Good hold-up play here from him. Schooling trudges on. We have entered Zoom Drain stoppage time. Jaheim Brown wins the throw. Zoom Drain, the official drainage partner of One Knoxville SC. Zarakostas, corner kick. This allows precious seconds to tick away. Both One Knoxville goals have come off of corner kicks, albeit from the other corner flag. But still extremely dangerous in these situations today. As it stands, the game winner scored by Abel Caputo from right around where he's standing right now, just outside the 18. It's a low ball, sent away by Betcher to the aforementioned Caputo. Fernandez turns it over. And Fort Wayne creates something. We have some weapons up front. We've talked about Ricole. And then there's a bunch of subs around him. Betcher. Certainly a guy to watch up front. Mayatunde, Awudor. A duo of Awudor and Ricole. Certainly intriguing. Both played collegiately together at UCF. Here is Awudor. Both also from France. Ricole from Paris. Awudor from Saint-Lô. Here is Ricole. Ricole swings it in. Nearly made its way to his former college teammate in Awudor. Speaking of Paris, quick little note I came across. I'll get that in a second. It's lifted back in, and Garibay there. But 56 players who played in the World Cup this year from Paris. Incredible. So much talent in the City of Light. Ricole again. Ricole, his cross deflected. Garibay, strong hands to snag it. Quickly disposes of it for Perkins. Perkins leaves it on for Linares, who surges into possession, and then Linares has it clipped off of him. Multiple players down to the deck. And the boos echoing from the Covenant Health Park faithful. Emerson Nieto is down. The Fort Wayne native. Nieto pleading his case with Kyle Johnston. Here's one more look at it. So there was contact there. Linares surged back after it, and then Linares and Nieto got tied up. And it is a free kick for Burnt Shipman. Nieto will have to come off at least momentarily, since the athletic trainer did come on. He'll go stand alongside MJ Tahini, the fourth official. Fort Wayne out of subs, so they'll have to play with just 9 men right now. And now a One Knoxville player is down. Abel Caputo in pain. Caputo will require attention. Jordan Skelton, the captain for this team, pleading his case with Kyle Johnston. I think they're asking for the athletic trainer to be sent off. Caputo back on his feet, but he will have to come off momentarily. So, folks, we are at 9 versus 9 for the moment. Caputo has to make his way off. Caputo's off, Nieto's off. 18 total players on the pitch right now. So 7 minutes of stoppage time, but we will play beyond that, certainly, with some of the stoppages that we've had. One Knoxville a few minutes away from catapulting to the top of the USL League One standings. Despite having about a 50% new roster this season, the defending champions still look the part, but they have to hang on here. Rico leaves it out. JP Jordan curls one in. Throw in Fort Wayne. Still light for the autumn gold and black. Nieto hangs one high. Brown nods it away. Oyatunde guides it out. He'll throw it back in quickly. That ball deflected by Caputo. Perkins heads only as deep as JP Jordan. Nieto, the Fort Wayne native for Oyatunde. Oyatunde drives one in, headed down. It's collected by Gaffar. Couldn't put one through. Looking for a handball. Fort Wayne stays in possession as it's curled on frame. Garibay, no issues on the Lillian Ricole strike. Just about through 7 minutes, but again, we do expect more time than this. Zarakostas wins the battle. Awudur marking him. Awudur sends it out. It is a throw for one Knoxville, who will be in absolutely, positively zero rush to restart action. Zarakostas. It is a corner. Play it short. Trying to waste some more time here. And now a goal kick. Fort Wayne's 11-match unbeaten run in jeopardy. This team has not lost since March 28th against the Cosmos. They're one result shy of tying the longest unbeaten run in an inaugural season in league history. That being said, the 2019 Lansing Ignite record was the inaugural season of the league. So for an expansion club, this 11-match unbeaten run is the record. As Fernandez sends it away. Looped into the area. Skelton heads it clear. A surge, a takedown. No whistle. Shipman well off his line. Burns Shipman into the attacking half he goes. Hangs one ahead. Not it over for Gaffar. Betcher now. Gaffar once more, the goal scorer. Works on Perkins. Perkins taps it out for a corner kick. This might be it. And a yellow card issued. Everybody up. Burns Shipman into the area. Lillian Ricole shown yellow. Potentially the last kick of this match. Unbeaten streak in jeopardy. In the 100th minute. It's sent in, headed wide by Diash. And that's it. 1 Knoxville to the top of the table. 6 in a row without a loss, tying the team's longest unbeaten run of the season. And this result means that Fort Wayne has suffered its first loss since March 28th. And the historic 11-match unbeaten run comes to an end. 2-1 is the final score, and that decisive goal was scored by our man of the match presented by Peaceful Side Club Light. Abel Caputo, a hit from outside the area. It did take a deflection, but Abel Caputo still credited with the goal and the game-winning moment for his One Knoxville side to catapult to the top of the USL League One standings. 2 on the final score in a wild match. Both teams played with 10 men for the entirety of the second half. Fort Wayne played down a man from the first minute. We'll put a bow on things when we get back. 2 on the final score. 1 Knoxville victorious.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations.
You're gonna be great.
It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
It was definitely worth the wait.
I jumped on it as soon as it was available.
Everybody's switching. I see the signs popping up all over the neighborhood.
Rock solid, super fast speeds down and up.
It's a huge upgrade.
Cost is always consistent.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I still got it, and I still love it.
If it's in your area, you better get it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you get it then.
Two on the final score. What a match that was. 1 Knoxville downs Fort Wayne. 6 in a row without a loss for 1 Knox. 5 straight wins, now 1 win shy of matching the club's longest winning streak ever. They did that for the final 6 matches of last season. Ian Fuller greeting our man of the match, the game-winning goal scorer in Abel Caputo. As 1 Knoxville picks up win number 10, we dive into our full-time highlights. We start at the very beginning. You might say, why are we showing you the kickoff? Well, this is why. A red card just seconds into the match against Javier Harmas. Now, Denis Kurchenkov, who gave him the shoulder, was also shown a yellow card, and then Kurchenkov shown another yellow card in the tail end of that first 45. And he was sent off his second yellow, so we would play 10v10 for the second half. We did not see a single shot on goal in the first half. This was the first shot on target of the match. And it's Scott McLeod who put 1 Knox ahead. His first goal as a member of this club in league play. First start of the season, what a moment for him. As McLeod claims the edge in the 47th minute. 73rd minute, Fort Wayne rallies back. Gaffar tucks it home, made it 1-1, and it was a brand new ball game. First goal of the season for Kabiru Gaffar. That made it 1-1 in the 81st. No, it was not deja vu, but it was pretty similar. This is our Bush's Beans play of the match from the same corner flag. 1 Knox scores again. This time Abel Caputo blasts it in. It did take a deflection off of Tage Healy, but hey, Caputo will take it. A goal is a goal is a goal later on in the season. But the first ever meeting between Fort Wayne FC and 1 Knoxville Boy, was this one fun. 2-1 the final score. 1 Knoxville picks up a 5th straight win, a 6th consecutive result, moving to 10-2-3. Fort Wayne's 11-match unbeaten run comes to an end. For our entire fantastic production team, my name is John Gross saying so long. 1 Knoxville picks up another win, 2-1 the final over Fort Wayne FC.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.